Hey, what's up, Street Talks? Eric from the Eric Street Photography blog. So I just wanted to talk about just photography in general and this notion of standalone digital cameras versus mobile digital cameras. So we're very lucky that nowadays we live in a society where we have trillions of different types of cameras. You got cameras of all sorts, shapes, forms, and functions. And I've been shooting a lot with smartphones a lot lately, with the iPhone, the Xiaomi 9 SE, and I'm really loving it. But I'm starting to really wonder, what are the benefits nowadays of using a quote-unquote standalone digital camera versus, you know, a cell phone camera or a smartphone or whatever it may be. So this is actually one thing I realized. One of the big problems is, I mean, I think in some ways the smartphone is probably one of the most epic tools created by humans for humanity, and I think the iPhone is probably the most epic productivity device known to man. But this is the downside, is I find that whenever I'm using a smartphone, it kind of modifies my behavior and my thought patterns in strange ways. So for example, I'm always going to the App Store or the Play Store or whatever, looking at the newest apps and games and stuff like that, even though when I don't really want to play any games, and it's kind of honestly more kind of like a nervous tick. And so I'm thinking about the next few days just like stop using the phones in general and instead of using a laptop. And so I guess one of the biggest benefits of using a standalone camera or a digital camera, whatever it may be, is you're just less distracted by the phone, as you know, whatever it may be. And honestly, the more I think about the UI UX of phones, you notice why all the notifications have those big annoying red dots, because it's designed to make you click on shit and become more addicted to devices. And I think iPhone, iOS is a little bit less bad than, you know, Android. Android is starting to get a little bit creepy with Google, and in the sense that it actually knows me a little bit too well. So it knows what kind of games or media or apps will kind of distract me. And I think these kind of devices, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, like, I kind of flip-flop between them both. But now I'm starting to think maybe like Android devices might be a net negative to your overall productivity or your mental abilities, because it just kind of changes your thought patterns in weird ways too. Even the iPhone, I think the iPhone is amazing, but I'm almost starting to wonder if it's like a net negative, and whether the optimal strategy for us might be to just use standalone digital cameras, or whether it's just good for us to just simplest setup, just a laptop like a MacBook and a standalone digital camera for our productivity. And so I think if you just want to be more focused in your photography and worry less about social media or the distractions of the phone, perhaps the best strategy is to use a standalone digital camera. And also, I just find for myself, it does seem that like one big trend that is pretty good, I think, is more of this shift in doing video, which is pretty cool, because I think there's so many different ways you could express yourself creatively via video that you can't really do via photo. And so there's kind of, I think, for us to thrive and for us to continue to succeed in the future, is not just staying inside the photo zone. It's also for us to, you know, build up our own YouTube channels. So if you already have a YouTube or a Google account, you already have your own YouTube channel. And I really do think it's kind of fun to shoot 4K and record these videos in 4K, because even after I'm dead, perhaps maybe some people will watch these YouTube videos I've recorded in 4K and shot in this Lumix G9 with the Lumix like a 12mm lens. I don't know, who knows, maybe it could be like an episode of Black Mirror where they could take all my speech patterns and my facial expressions, whatever it may be, and somehow create some sort of evil AI out of me. But anyways, so I think even for myself, I know for my business and entrepreneurial aspects, YouTube and making videos has been very useful, because I think I like to write, but with writing I have like a max bandwidth cap, meaning I could only write so quickly and I cannot really stream my ideas as efficiently. And this is actually the nice thing about doing these vlogs or videos or walking while talking, is that to me it's like the perfect cadence of being able to share my personal thoughts and emotions and feelings and soul with the viewer or anyone watching. And actually, ironically enough, using a bigger vlogging setup like this G9 with, I'm using like a Rode video mic on top and just walking around, I think my best thoughts actually often come to me via walking. That's why, like my buddy Carl Edwards says from Street Shootar, he says Eric Kim's guerrilla walking vlogs, which is kind of nice because I think my best ideas often come to me when I'm walking, not when I'm just kind of sitting at home by myself. Hello. Saw some kids in the car waving at me. But anyway, so yeah, I would encourage you to do more of these kind of walking vlogs and stuff like that, and to start shooting more 4K, even shooting like video street photography, not just taking still photos, but shooting scenes and uploading those. And yeah, so I think once again, shooting with a phone, it's huge benefits of shooting with a phone. But yeah, maybe in order for us to stay more focused, not to be as distracted, this is a good case for shooting with a standalone digital camera. So, you know, the new Ricoh GR3 looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of actually the Lumix cameras. Even like the secret that they don't want you to know is, I'm pretty sure the Leica Q2, I was telling my buddy June about this, the Leica Q2 and Panasonic Lumix, the S1R, I think it actually shares the same sensor. So if you're shooting with a Leica Q2, essentially you're shooting with the Lumix camera. So maybe if you're really interested in the image quality and stuff like that, check out the Lumix cameras. I'm a really big fan. For something super pocketable, go with the Ricoh GR series. The GR2 is one of my personal favorites. I haven't really shot, I don't have a GR3 yet, but I might pick one up to do some testing with it. And yeah, just realize that the world is a beautiful, exciting place. The world is the ultimate playground. I think it's a lot more fun to shoot photos and to shoot videos and for you to create your own things than to just play video games and just stay inside the house all day. So yeah, explore more, wonder more, think more, question more, and explore more. So what are your personal thoughts about the whole like standalone digital cameras versus shooting with your smartphone? Feel free to leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.